we're gonna upload
The Institute is my life.
that signal on one of the computers to find out who it is that's helping the railroad from in here.
Dr. Orman's lecture on cold fusion was nothing short of a revelation.
You wouldn't happen to have a spare polarizer on you, would you?
Excuse me.
Mankind redefined.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not
Catchy,
but
isn't it?
If you require maintenance, please file.
You just don't want to admit to yourself what it is.
If you're about to launch into one of your impassioned speeches about artificial sentience and machines or something,
let's see. Where do they have a computer? Ah, right here. Alright, let's go see what the hell is going on. Okay, so we're going to meet the informant. But I'm not sure if I trust it. It might be,
Synth Unit, you were scheduled for maintenance duty in SRB last night. Anything you'd like to report?
Nothing to report, sir. I carried out my duties, as usual.
Dr. Ao saw you accessing a terminal. You know you are not permitted to access terminals in that section. Is Dr. Ao mistaken?
Yes. I mean, no, he's not. But I was only...
What is it? Were you or weren't you accessing a terminal in SRB?
I was, but I swear it's not what it sounds like. I was cleaning the terminal, and it switched on by mistake. I was just shutting it down.
Was that a stutter? Have you developed a defect, Unit? Maybe you need to be reset.
Sir, I assure you that won't be necessary. It won't happen again.
See that it doesn't. You don't want me to tell you twice. Now get back to your
Ow.
duties.
Hey, it's me. So you're the one who sent the encrypted message. How did you even do that? I wasn't sure anyone on the surface would have a chance to crack Trinity. You know, the encryption algorithm.
nice little wink over at Matrix.
Trinity? What's that?
Trinity is an encryption system with a cipher, or key cut up into many pieces. You need several pieces in the correct order to unlock it. I put a Trinity piece with every synth I helped escape. It was a long shot, but I was hoping some good Samaritan would connect it all together.
Who are you?
I'm Liam Benet. My father runs synth development, and everyone knows who you are.
A friend named Tinker Tom cracked your encryption.
He must have had some serious hardware to pull that off. Wow, your message was only one word. Friend. What did you mean by that?
The railroad sent me to look for someone they call Patriot. That's you.
What? The railroad? As in the railroad? And they gave me a code name too? I kept sending synths to the surface hoping someone would help them. I hoped the railroad got to some of them, but I never knew for certain.
Why are you helping synths?
At first, I just wanted to see if I could get away with it. It was a challenge, you know? But then I realized the synths are really just like us, except without any freedom. I decided to help the ones that wanted to escape, so they can have a better life.
How did you help synths escape?
Through hacking. The departments focus their best talents on hard science. Why waste time on terminal security, right? The SRB is the exception, and unfortunately, they control which synths go to the surface. But a forged work order from, let's say, bioscience can get a hand-picked synth on surface detail. And it turns out the railroad was waiting for them. Wow.
You saved a lot of synths.
So much to take in. But wait, with you in the picture, I have this idea. To rescue a lot of synths at once. But we'll need help. Where's he working now? Right. Let's go to the West Atrium. Probably best to talk about something else right now. You know my father thinks it's a living hell on the surface. But that can't be right. Heck, you look positively normal to me. No offense.
Well,
I'm not
well,
sure
I
if we
just
could
wanna
ever make the surface actually a decent
get the
place to
railroad
live.
in here so we
That
can
doesn't
sweep
mean
up
we shouldn't at least try
all
to,
these
you know?
fucking people. Oh, why are you going so slow? Let's go. Also, if anybody's
C-114,
interested,
it's me.
Sir, do you require something?
It's okay, Z1. He's a friend. He's with the railroad.
Meeting here is dangerous. And you bring a stranger. You... How do I know we can trust you?
You don't.
Excuse me. I must focus on my duties.
He's not from here. He's been helping our synths escape on the surface. It's safe.
If you insist we speak in front of him, do so quickly.
Right now, how many synths want to escape, Z1?
The ones I know for certain? 13.
That'll take forever. Let's free those 13 all in one go.
I would do anything for my people. But how do we get them to the teleporter? It's no good. The old maintenance tunnels that lead there are always sealed. By the SRB.
If I can find a way to open those doors, could you get your synths to the teleporter room?
Yes. We'll talk later. Someplace more secure.
Just a few high-security doors, right? Controlled by cutting-edge SRB security tech. Yeah. A head-on hack is the sucker play. So we go at them sideways. You're willing to help, right? I can't do this alone.
I say just bring the fucking railroad in here, and you guys can escape while we're shooting everybody.
What do you need help with?
Our core security architecture hasn't fundamentally changed from the old CIT days. The original security program was called Code Defender. Revolutionary stuff. We still have terminals running version 1, mothballed in storage. With some persuasion, I can get an old terminal to interface with the new security terminals. Enough to open doors, at least. Problem is, I can't even crack version 1. So I need a good old-fashioned username and a password. And that's nowhere to be found in the Institute. But if you could get me a pre-war admin password from the surface, I could log right in.
Where would I find that?
Unfortunately, I don't know. The obvious place won't work. The CIT ruins were picked clean years ago, but some of the admins had to live off campus. Ask your friends in the railroad. I need those login credentials.
Ah, jeez. This is gonna be one of those back and forth missions. Alright, well, this is fucking... Can't we just come in here guns blazing and call that good? The ones at the railroad can go in, we can all start shooting. The synths can escape in mayhem, and we can just eliminate the Institute. Then I want to go take care of the Brotherhood. Get rid of them fuckers too.
Pam wants to talk with you. She's in back.
Have you met with Patriot yet?
I met Patriot. His name is Liam Benet.
I knew you'd get the job done. We need every scrap of intel you picked up in there. Write up a full report on Pam's terminal. After you're done, we'll analyze it and figure out the next step. Get to it.
Get out of my way.
Dicker Tom's cooking up something. Hope it goes better than last time.
Confirmed. Agent Fixer has arrived. I have a mission for you. Without increasing efficiency of synth traffic flow, odds of entire organization being compromised increase daily. Solution: a new distribution center needs to be established.
A distribution center? What's that?
The railroad organization calls distribution centers safe houses. A place where synths are stored and then rerouted safely through the region known as the Commonwealth. Mission details commencing. Pacify the target location. Fortify position to protect current and future railroad
jeez,
assets.
you guys are just as bad as the
New distribution
freaking
center will
Minutemen.
be codenamed Mercer Safe House. Good luck.
Ah.
Pam.
Preliminary analysis complete.
Anything we need to move on?
Affirmative. Codename Patriot requires admin credentials for Code Defender security software. Cross-indexing CIT security administrators with 2077 Commonwealth Census records. Filtering by surviving structures. One match found. Bergman. Wilfred. Bergman. Wilfred. Registered as co-owner of Cambridge Polymer Labs. Estimated 81% chance of login credentials being located at this facility.
I'll be going then.
After you get the password report back here. With any luck, we'll have a game plan by then.
I already told you the game plan. We go in guns blazing. It's a very simple plan.
Might want to flush your system with Radaway before your hair falls out.
The importance of Bunker Hill and our
Excuse me.
assets there is not
The
like
census
it
sweep
used
says you're clean.
to. Please, keep
Hooray! We're bug free.
I went through a sensor sweep?
Every test Des would let me run. Full EMF scan, biological sniffers, and other state-of-the-art security. So the sweep says the Institute isn't watching you. Or us. But the tests lie, man. Okay, have you eaten anything out there? Because if you have, they got you.
Make your point.
The Institute has these tiny microscopic robots in the food, man. And they report back.
Tom, that's rubbish.
You just don't get it, Carrington. The Institute is in your blood.
Why is this lunatic even here?
A question oft asked. Tinker Tom is a genius when it comes to engineering, but about everything else...
Okay. If you really want to be safe, let me give you a little shot. Desdemona says no one has to, but it will kill those little robots.
There's battery acid in that serum of yours.
You can't nuke an omelet without irradiating some eggs. You ready to shoot up?
There's no way in hell I'm letting you do that.
Fine. Let them hear and see everything. Okay. I hope you like your whole life being downloaded to the Institute's mainframe.
Well,
that'll really keep me up at night.
It really should, man. Hey, I gotta get back to making gadgets.
Uh-huh.
fucking crazy. Trying to shoot me up with some fucking meth. Alright, we'll go over here, we'll do this shit. We'll come back and we'll see if they fucking go by my plan. Then again, in these games, I think the answer is always shoot the motherfucker. That always seems to work. Yeah, we're not going in there with that. We're going in with our AK.
Welcome to the Cambridge Polymer Labs. Employment opportunities await in the field of scientific research. Shall we begin your application now?
Sure, I'm game.
Let's begin the interview. Due to increased demands for staff in all fields, we have condensed the employment test accordingly. Question 1. Do you possess previous experience with polymer synthesis?
Sounds like you need me regardless, so let's get down to brass tacks.
Calculating test results. I am pleased to offer you the position of sales coordinator. Expect a loquacious future in haggling for military funding. Would you like the orientation before beginning your work in the labs?
Orientation?
The orientation is intended to provide the new employee with a history of the... Would you like the orientation before beginning your work in the labs?
No, let's just move it along.
Due to staffing needs, we can forego the orientation at this time. Please follow me to the research lab so that you may begin your work. Complimentary beverages are provided for employees. Please label any food or cigarettes you leave in the break room. Sales staff are provided with a business suit, the cost of which will be deducted from your first commission. Please take a moment to dress in your proper work attire and follow me into the clean room. The research staff will greet you.
Oh, let's play along.
on the other side of the clean room. Thank you for your attention, and welcome to the team. Please enter the clean room. I have been instructed to inform you that Director Elwood has issued mandatory overtime due to uncontamination detected.
Well, here's something you don't come across every day. There isn't a speck of dirt anywhere.
The Glen mining project has been completed. Please report to the project lead, Dr. Elwood Woolham, for specific research assignments. Starting decontamination sequence.
Contamination detected. Initiating decontamination sequence.
Yeah, that. Ah, you bitch. Get out of the water.
Nice try.
Security's too good.
Oh, well, that seems rather unfortunate. Alright, well, I guess good thing that I still got that skill point. There we go. Oh, this is fucking great. I hate these things. Give me a try as reset. Come on, you fucker. Father test 3 like this. Okay, I'm just gonna do this the way I normally do.
Sweet.
There.
Looking for something useful in that page.
No, come on. Right. Stop. Oops. That was a little too close. Alright. Well, since... Yeah, get rid of that. Alright, what the hell am I even supposed to be doing with that? Oh. No. Alright, let's get a move on. I hope they ask me what my plan of attack would be. I've been trying to tell them that for a while now, and they haven't listened.
Excellent work. On our side, we've gone through your report. It was extraordinary. So many pieces of the puzzle clicked into place. Our final analysis indicates the Institute is far more formidable than we ever feared or imagined. If we stage a mass breakout, Patriot's 13 synths will undoubtedly be the last we ever save. Instead, we use this one chance to rescue all the synths. Every last one.
Can we destroy the Institute?
That's a bold plan.
We can't waste this opportunity. The Institute will never let their slaves go without a fight. So the heart of our problem is manpower. Even if we call in all our agents, and we will, we won't be able to hold our own against the Institute for long. Talk with C-114. If the synths down there want freedom, they must fight and risk their lives to earn it.
Z1 seems capable of that.
We always thought Patriot was the savior of the synths. But it may be more accurate to say that Z1 is. As much as we owe Patriot, we can't be certain how committed he is. If he learns we're willing to kill to free synths, he may not have the stomach for it. So get what you need from him and then cut him loose. Good luck. We're all with you.
Jeez.
Tom needs you. He keeps bugging me about it.
When running synths out
What
of
do
the
you
well,
want, Tom?
When running synths out of the well, Wastelanders can be a bigger problem than the Institute.
Dez has given me clearance to set up my atmospheric sensors. Finally, I can prove that the Institute is terraforming the Commonwealth. Eat that, Carrington.
Give me details.
So my sensor, I call her Mila, needs to be up high, real high. Dez forced me to put some cameras and, other low-tech surveillance crap on it to watch the Freedom Trail. Chuck that stuff if you need to. Like who couldn't spoof a conventional camera, right?
We need cameras watching the trail?
Look, I engineered the trail markers and code phrase myself. So anybody comes looking for us, whammo, spotted a mile away. Sure, the cameras could add a little insurance, but discovering the truth about the Institute's real plan is way more important. I got the perfect spot picked out.
Oh my god, no. Not going on that stupid, shit.
Systems locked. Building statistical model for Operation Tea Party.
Pam.
Processing. Agent. Fixer. Your arrival was not calculated.
Well, I'm here.
Preliminary adjustments to statistical models complete. Commencing introduction. I was, am, and will most likely be Pam. Predictive Analytic Machine.
Do you work for the railroad?
Yes. My goals and the railroad organization have a high degree of correlation. They provide data. I provide first-order approximations of the behaviors of all residents of the region, designated Commonwealth. Rephrasing. I predict the future.
Tuh.
But you didn't predict me coming.
That's correct. Caution. Biological life forms behave erratically, unpredictably. All output subject to an extremely high margin of error.
Just how inaccurate are you?
The smaller the group, and the greater the time frame, the less accurate I become. But all predictions are affected by the human element. Operation complete. You are a rogue variable. No current or previous models predict your presence or existence. Query: what is your point of origin?
I'm from Vault 111, if that's what you mean.
Accessing. Vault 111. Cryo Vault. Believed destroyed. Conversation terminated. Pending construction of new probability matrix. Rephrasing. Goodbye.
Fucking psychos.
Glad you're with us.
Alright.
Welcome to the family.
Let's... Now what are we doing? No. Oh yeah, by the way, one of my friends, he's been working on his 90S10. He's doing an LS swap on that. And I have...
You know, I love my work.
About the same,
We must speak quickly. We cannot risk being discovered.
Mine's a 92 S10. But I picked up a, well, that vehicle itself
You get
was...
me what we talked about, and I'm in business.
Liam, I got your username and password.
You railroad guys really deliver.
Mm-hmm.
Hooking that ancient tech up, so hand it over and all gets...
This is a delicate operation. Are you okay if we have to use violence?
Good question. If we find ourselves in that position, we pull the plug and wait for another opportunity. We can't risk anyone's life over this.
No.
I'll hold on to it. For now.
If you think that's best, but I can't start work without it.
Nope. You're trying to do shit too much like a pussy. But yeah, I've got a 1992 S10 that I picked up for like 300. I picked up a used motor for about 60 bucks for it. It's got the 4.3. Eventually I'm gonna probably rebuild that motor. It is in pretty bad shape, but I'm hoping if I can save up enough for a rebuild kit that includes all new pistons, piston rings, cam sensor. I believe it's like 400 bucks. But if I can manage to save up for that, I'm gonna rebuild that motor and hopefully it
We must be quick.
is able to be
We cannot risk being
worked
discovered.
on.
I have made a ring, but tell me, do you think Mr. Benet's plan will work?
A better plan is to use this opportunity to rescue everyone. But Synths will have to fight for it.
And I thought Mr. Benet's plan was too ambitious. Of course, I'd fight for my freedom. And I know of a few others that might as well. But enough to face all the guards? Perhaps if we stand up openly to the scientists, more of my people would join us. Yes. Even if most don't join the fight, certainly there are many others who have been waiting their whole lives for this. But we should be prepared for some of the Synths to fight against us.
You won't be alone. The railroad will fight with you.
Together, we have a chance. I admire Mr. Beignet a great deal. We can't tell him about this plan. It's his people we'll be fighting. I will talk to my friends. Meet me here tomorrow. If I don't make our appointment, assume the worst.
Alright, there we go. Alright, so I'm supposed to give him a day. But like I said, that motor that I have is it's used. It's got about 150 some thousand. It came from a junkyard. But it was so cheap that I really couldn't pass it up. And this is going to be the first motor that I've ever rebuilt, so even if it wasn't usable, just the experience of tearing it down is worth it to me. But if I can save up the money for the rebuild kit, I'm wondering if anybody would want to see videos on the rebuild. It's not going to be like a sport rebuild or like an upgraded rebuild or performance rebuild. It's just going to be all stock. But the S10 that I have, the motor and transmission in it have about 270,000 miles on them. And it burns a lot of oil, and it's old and tired, but for the $300 that I spent on it, plus the $60 that I spent on the motor, it seems like it's a pretty good truck. Seems like it would be worth it to put a good rebuilt motor in it. So if you guys want to see any footage of that eventually, let me know in the comments. And this is also my first tiny truck that I've ever owned. I've always had bigger full-size trucks, like Dodge Rams and Power Strokes and Chevy, like 1500s or 2500s. So I didn't really know if I would like this truck, but because of how small it was. But actually, I think that's probably one of my favorite trucks that I've had, especially for the amount of money that I spent for it. I think right away I changed the transmission filter, replaced a couple sensors, thermostat, and the carrier bearing for the split drive shaft. I had to replace that. So it really didn't need a whole lot of work. And for that little bit of work that I did, which I did most of that work myself, I've been driving that to and from Wisconsin to South Dakota and back quite a few times, and it's never let me down, so I really like the truck. And I'm used to working on trucks, but this is going to be the first time that I've rebuilt a full motor, so it might be a fail. But I'm hopefully gonna, if I can get the rebuild kit and rebuild it, I'm thinking I might take it to the vocational school here, because they have like a mechanic class, and they have a one of the machines that you can actually hook your motor up to it, and they'll make a couple runs with it to see if if everything's running right. So if I do video all the rebuild process, then I'll definitely bring my phone in and I'll videotape the whole process of them hooking it up and running it, and we can hope that everything is good. Like I said, the motor is very cheap. It's a $60 motor that I picked up, so I'm not, my hopes aren't too high. My expectations are pretty low. It's got quite a bit of rust and stuff, but I think it can get cleaned up. But I also don't have the experience required, so this is going to be more of a learning experience than anything else. So if you guys want to see that, let me know down in the comments, and I'll save up for that rebuild kit. With all this COVID crap going on, I really don't have the extra money right now. But hopefully in the near future I will be able to. So let me know. And I think this is where I'm going to cut this video off, and I will be back to stream another video fairly soon. Probably within the next half hour to an hour I'll be back. So I will be back soon.